Yo, what's going on guys, HyperX here, welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And in this one, I want to give you a chance to take a look at some new gameplay. There was a video shared on, surprise surprise, the Facebook page, which seems to be like a weird place to showcase it. I feel like if you're trying to show off the game, you might want to put it somewhere people will actually see it. But anyway, in this video, they actually had a little walk around the map, which is really cool because of course you get to see some of the interconnecting biomes. They do of course cut between different sections, so it's not like a complete 100% map walking tour, but we do get to see some pretty cool different biomes, and in this we also get to see a few new monsters, or at least some of the sort of lesser monsters, so to speak. So I thought in this video I'll give you a quick little summary in case you haven't seen this, and just give you a chance to get a feel for the new map. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of it, and of course don't forget to keep it locked because we are getting ever closer to the release of Sunbreak, so as and when new information does drop, we'll be sure to bring it to you. But anyway, to begin with, they have a hunter wearing full Lunagaron equipment, which looks fantastic, including the dual blades that unfortunately at one point people thought were the Gormagala ones, but as you can now see them clearly, these are the Lunagaron dual blades. We also have the Palico and the Palamute rocking that full gear as well, and they then begin by walking up towards the Citadel. As they kind of start walking around there, we see some weird new looking monsters. These are known as gown goats, which are a rather interesting name. So of course, some of the smaller monsters that, you can either just leave them be or you can go and pick on them, take them out. They'll probably have some materials that'll be necessary for some lesser armor sets. But either way, these are the gown goats. We then see the hunter sort of working more towards the castle structure. Interesting to sort of see, like the relevance here, whether of course this could maybe link way back to Monster Hunter 1. Who knows? Honestly, it's one of those sort of speculative things, but seeing the sort of ruins from there could be an interesting little throwback. But we also see the hunter then collecting one of the golden wire bugs. Don't forget from the recent video we've spoken about these ones. There are new wire bugs this time around. Of course, getting the golden one, this will make wyvern riding easier, boost the recovery speed for the wire bug gauge, and of course we'll see monsters drop more parts when riding, and of course it's signified by the little sort of golden strings or the golden wires when you're on their back. Then when they start working their way into the castle area, it shows more of the ruins, and you definitely sort of see some really, it almost at one point kind of gave me parallels between this and Caelid, because of course I've been playing Elden Ring right now. This sort of weird Scarlet Rot style roots coming out the ground looks crazy, but more importantly we then sort of see some of the Malzeno duppy looking stuff everywhere with this sort of malice that almost seems to be creeping over the stones, so clearly that's going to factor into the story in some way, shape or form. Don't forget, they also said that of course wall running does not require wire dash anymore, so it is much easier to just sort of approach a wall and begin running, so of course giving you plenty more freedom for exploration. They also then showed off the snowy area, which is fantastic. I've said before, I love snowy areas. They are always my favorite biomes, and this one also just looks really cool, no pun intended. But of course, the fact this is also linked to sort of an interconnecting biome, so you can quite simply just climb up into the snowy area, is also very nice. They also showed off some of the smaller monsters known as Boggy, so quite whether we will then see maybe a great Boggy will be interesting to see. Not necessarily guaranteed. We don't necessarily always have a great version of the smaller monsters, but they do fall within that typical sort of raptor-esque category, like the bird wyverns, so I wouldn't be surprised if we do actually see one. They do have rather hilarious faces, so it'd be quite funny to see what the big version looks like. We then get a look at another different biome. So again, just to sort of reiterate here, in one map, we of course do have a variety of different biomes, which is going to be pretty cool to explore. This more sort of misty, foggy, mysterious looking one. And then of course, following on from that, they then go and discover Garangol and actually go and fight him for a little bit. They also use the spiral / silkbind attack. So of course, this looks good for sort of getting close to the enemies and punishing them. But of course, from there, they basically just fight Garangol in a few different areas. We do get to sort of see his fire and water attacks, which is really cool. Of course, arms covered in moss and magma, allowing for sort of different collections of these rocks. He has lots of sort of explosive punches, seems to be very aggressive, so cannot wait to see this in action. But for the time being, that is pretty much it. I'll leave you with a little bit of the gameplay of them just fighting Garangol, but just in case you guys haven't seen that, then this is a look at some new Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak gameplay. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and of course don't forget to keep it locked on the channel for plenty more Sunbreak news.